Assalamu alaikum. Starting with the name of Allah, who is most beneficent and merciful. My name is Wajid Ali and my registration number is 17NTU0145. In this presentation, we will discuss about the introduction of mechanics of material, the importance of mechanics of material, stress and its types, strain and its types, tensile testing machine, stress strain curve, brittle and ductile material, modulus of elasticity, mechanics of yarn structure. Then we will discuss about Hull yarn model, fiber arrangement and its orientation, strength, comfort and twist relationship. The introduction of mechanics of materials. It deals with the behavior of solid bodies subjected to various types of loading. By applying loading is to determine stresses, strains and displacements in structures and its component due to loading acting on them. Importance of mechanics of material. This picture shows the importance of mechanics of material. It is important to understand mechanics of behavior of material for safe and secure design of any kinds of structures like building, bridges, machines, airplanes, aerospace structures, etc. Studying the mechanics of material. While studying mechanics of material, the learning effects are divided into two parts. The first part is logical development of the concepts and the second part is applying these concepts to practical problems. The fundamental concepts of stress and strain. Stress is defined as a force per unit area. It is denoted by sigma and its units is Pascal. Strain is the ratio of change in length to its original length. It has no unit. Let's take an example that we have a prismatic ball which is under load. Suppose the axial force P is applied on the force acting on the end of the ball. The original length of the ball is denoted by letter L and an increase in length due to load is denoted by Greek letter delta, that is strain. Under the load, ball is in continuously distortion. Stress is acting on the cross sectional which is axial force P and the resultant force of stress is that is equal to P over A. P over A is the stress that is applied on this ball and the change in length, that is the strain of the ball. Types of stress. There are many types of stress. Let's discuss about one by one. When the ball is in stretch condition, then the stress is called tensile stress. When the ball is in compressed situation, then the stress is called compressive stress. Normal stress. Stress perpendicular to the cross section, that is called normal stress. Nominal stress. When the initial area is used to calculate the stress, then is called nominal stress. True stress. When the actual area used in calculation of stress, then is called true stress. Types of strain. There are many types of strain as same as the types of stress. First of all, tensile strain. When the ball is in stretch condition, then the strain is called tensile strain. When the ball is in compressed situation, then the strain is called compressive strain. Normal strain. Strain rated with the normal stress is called normal strain. Nominal strain. When the initial length is used to calculate the strain is called nominal strain. True strain. When the actual length is used to calculate the strain is called true strain. Tensile testing machine. The usual way to analyze how material behave when they are subjected to different load is to do the tensile testing on tensile testing machine. Sample is gripped between jaw of the machine and load is applied. The deformation under load is recorded. For comparison of different results, the tensile method, specimen size, load application method should be standardized. One of the major standards are STM standard that is used for the load testing machine. Stress strain curve. As shown in figure that the result obtained from testing machine, the load can be applied under various models, for example static and dynamic load. Static load, non-fluctuating load, and dynamic load is alternating load. Beyond the elastic limit, plastic deformation occurs and the strain is not totally recoverable, thus leading to permanent deformation and permanent set. The point C is determined as upper yield point and the D is determined at lower yield point. Upper yield point is just before yield start and the lower yield point is to maintain yield. For some material, upper and lower yield point may coincide while for some materials, yield point may not exist at all. Beyond D and E, the material is used to elastic plastic state. Beyond E, the cross-section area of the bar begin to reduce necking. The necking takes place when the load, stress and the fracture of the final occur at point F. If the actual cross-section area of the narrow part of the neck is used to calculate stress as shown in figure 2, the stress strain curve is upon the total load the bar carry does indeed dimensioned after ultimate stress is reached as shown by curve DE. But this reduction is due to decrease in area of the bar and not due to loss in strength of the material itself. Brittle and ductile material. The material give large permanent strain is called ductile material, and the material cannot give large permanent strain but it can break, it's called a brittle material. As shown in figure that carbon is the brittle material and polyethylene is the ductile material. Modulus of elasticity. As shown in figure that the same modulus of elasticity and stiffness of the materials are changed due to ductility and strength. Now let's discuss about the yarn and its types. A continuous strand made up of natural and man-made staple fibers or continuous filament can be able to used in weaving and knitting. Types of yarn: continuous filament yarn and spun yarn. The man-made fiber is called continuous filament yarn, and the spun yarn that are cut into staple fibers and can be spun into made a yarn. Other types of yarn: single yarn, plied yarn and cable yarn. As shown in figure that first shows the single yarn and then second shows the plied yarn that are twisted two yarn to make a plied yarn. Then cabled yarn. More than two yarn are twisted together to make a cabled yarn. Yarn performance. Yarn performance depend upon the end production of the user and the downstream process. For example, in spinning perspective, yarn performance is called that the yarn should have high strength and low hairiness. In weaver perspective, that yarns have low hairiness and have low entanglement and have high strength. And in knitted perspective, yarn are soft and easy to interlock. Now let's discuss about the ideal model of hull. The ideal yarn structure assumes that a yarn is composed of series of concentric cylinders of different radii as shown in figure that each fiber follow a uniform helical path and around one of the helical cylinder. The equation of Hull's model is that Vy is equal to tan scale alpha over 4 pi T1 T2 into 10 की power 5. The relationship indicates that for a given yarn count, the fact of twist on yarn specific volume is primarily function of the variance in yarn circumferences by twist. The true specific volume of the yarn will depend upon the volume occupied by fiber and its amount inter-fiber space which fill the air. The useful term is called packing fraction. Fiber mobility. Fiber mobility means the movement of fiber in yarn. It also determines dimension stability of yarn. Fiber mobility perform user perspective and utility. Fiber migration. Fiber migration is the radial distribution of fibers in a yarn structure. Variation in tension during spinning is the cause of fiber migration, and the sulfurous fiber will be stretched due to tensile and other fiber will be slack. Fibers sulfurs will be tend to relieve stress by moving toward the core and replacing the fiber there. Radial movement of fiber will take place in fiber migration.